And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our Extreme Production series. Kind of picking up where we left off last time here. Somebody asked in the comments, what about oil? Well, if you meander down here a ways, I'm going to pick up the rocks as I go, just so they're out of the way. Somewhere in this vicinity, and I can't exactly pinpoint where. There's some down in here. So here's the oil right in here. As you can see, the yield on these 12,000% basically across the board. And then there's some other goodies down here. We've got a healthy vein of uranium ore. And there's more to be had there, so there's a lot more. And then a big thing of coal, because you know, if we're making plastic, we need coal in the immediate vicinity. And should be some. Maybe I forgot. Oh no, there it is, way over here. Sulfur. I'm gonna try to. I have a little patch of sulfur here to give this a go to try to. Pretty dense in there. I'm not sure what rock he overrode to, you know, what he colorized to get that, but looks pretty interesting. So yeah, if you look at this here, 459 million uranium ore there, 213 million sulfur, and then the combined yield of this is 3.5 million % with 2.3 billion coal. So there is the sort of the oil setup for this extreme production map. Again, the map is in the description and should be able to just drop it in the scenarios directory and pick it up. And as long as you have the mods installed, you shouldn't have anything disappear. Bob's ores is pretty vital. If you don't have that one, all of the other ore patches will disappear if you try to load the map. So we're going to come up here really quick and create a little system for creating red science packs. I'm gonna go above the rabble here, above the bus a ways. So well, we want 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be extreme production. So I'm gonna also need a spot for gears. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3 there. And this is going to be gears. And these are going to be red science packs, which requires the gears. So a little bit of everything over here. Okay, so gears are going to come down. They're going to go under all of that, and they're going to join right up with this. So right in here, that's where gears are going to go. Now, can we build an underground belt yet? We cannot, unfortunately. So we gotta maybe research that manually before, because we don't have logistics either. We don't have splitters or anything. So let's get some power up here. And over a little ways. I want a nice spacious area in here. I don't want to be totally cramped. So I'm gonna set this up in anticipation of, you know, being able to research really fast. God modules are disabled in this map, or in my game anyway. You can enable them in your options on your side of things if you so choose. So I know this is pretty extensive and it uses up a lot of space, but doing this now will prevent us having to redesign it later. Like that. Okay, so I don't have, let's see, what does it take for logistics? 20 of them. So if I want 5, 10, 15, 20, that's basically 2 in every single one of these. I'm gonna have a, oh, I'm out of poles too. That's crazy. All right, so down here, let's get back to this, and we're gonna go up. Leave a lot of space for some extra production. Oh, autosave. Like that. So we have a lot of extra production capacity here. And we're gonna come in right up in here. So there's gonna be 2 belts on each side. 2 belts, not 3, 2 belts. Because if you look, if you share a belt, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then you need 1 for the space science eventually. I mean, that's way down the road, but I like in this game especially to plan ahead and be prepared for the eventualities that will come. Because you know, when the time comes, we're going to want a lot of capacity. So I'm gonna put 2 of these in every single one. And I know there's a mod that will distribute evenly across everything, and I haven't tried that yet, but we want to kickstart this research right away, and they should be able to process that just fine. And we want a power pole on the other side too for the inevitable inserters that are going to go on the other side. That way there's enough space around this whole system for, because we're going to do undergrounds between here and here, but there's enough space now for beacons to be put in there. And you better believe that we're going to go pretty crazy with the research eventually. Alright, so I want this to go up, kind of get out of the way. I usually find myself way too cramped in my system for researching this stuff and building the research packs. So I'm trying to spread out. I'm trying to look at all of the belts that we're making. So we can actually make an underground belt here. Now this is a little different because we want to go underneath all of this, because we have 2 lanes of iron that are going to be potential and 2 lanes of copper. So we want to avoid that. And now we're going to need iron to come up here. So we're just going to have to pull from the same iron trunk to start getting. We need to get this process started so we can start researching at will. And I definitely need some sort of green circuit manufacturer in here as well. So that is another priority. Okay, so we want so here we have a very slow gear manufacturer, and that's fine. It can be slow for now. So there's iron. Copper, on the other hand, we need to integrate into this. So we need one of these and one of these. And we also need a couple more. Might as well craft them while we're building this here. So we need copper to come in basically right here. Okay. So there's copper, and we need gears to come in right in beside it. And I'm going to put that, even though that's on the bottom, that we'll eventually have more stuff in there. So okay, right in here we should. So copper and gears, good to go. And let's punch out some more inserters. And let's start. Get that stuff going, and then once the inserters are done, we'll be able to finish that off and get some wonderful red science packs in the system. And then it's just a matter of trying to fit them all in there. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 underground belts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To get them all the way up. I know it's a serious waste to do the underground right now because we're so far away from modules and beacons. It might seem like a waste, but I think in the end it will help us out quite a bit. Ooh, we have fast inserters we can make now. I wonder if we can make these stretch out. We could. So let's see. I'm gonna try to get these going here. I also want. I'm gonna separate that for a second. I need an underground belt for right in here, because I want to be able to put another row of beacons down here, and I can't do that if all of these are not working right. Oh, so hit Shift E, pick up from further away, and then Shift right click and then Shift left click for copy and paste. Good to go there. Okay, now this can come back in, and I should have a few more of these I can put in. And we're gonna shift right click and left click and get all of these punched out. All right, so now we can do red research. Once this kind of backlogs a little bit, we'll be able to do some red research. So the goal now is to try to punch out a little bit more. I'm going to need a few more gears. Trying to ramp up production here, not easy when you got such a little bit of material to work with. Lots and lots of belts. I'm not too worried about belts right now. This little system down here has been going strong. So let's get this up and running here. And I also want to upgrade this with some faster inserters, and that should go a long ways. I really need to also automate the circuits, because we're using a ton of circuits right now. And I don't know, should I do those over here or over here? This would give me a lot more space, but I don't really need a whole lot of space. We've got the electronics assembly machine. See, the crafting speed on this is 1 versus the 0.5. So they're twice as fast as we have access to right now. And yeah, I think that we're gonna want, well, it's hard to say because the amount of iron that we're gonna be consuming over here, we're gonna want a metric ton of iron coming through. So let's get a couple of these going. There we go. A little bit more. I mean, gears are backing up ever so slowly, but we needed to max this out a little bit. So can we, you know, and I made a mistake on this. I don't know if anybody caught that. This needs to be one-sided. So all of these that are on both sides of the belt, these need to be one-sided. Whoops. Completely spaced that one out. So let's make sure those are... Oh, we got a few more. Really? They're still coming in? Anybody else? Anybody else want some? Okay, so we got a whole bunch that we're going to be able to dump into the system here. So I'm going to dump half in this side, half in that side, and then just let them filter back through the system, and they should work fine, because green will go on this other side, so we have red and green on one belt. I got lots of space in here to do that. Not worried about that at all. Looks like the reds are... Now that we've added a whole bunch of reds into the system, it should back up all the way past here. I'm hoping. Oh yeah, look at them all coming in. Should back up pretty fast, because I want it to back up to here, so these have access right away to red science packs. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so with that, I want electronics assembly machine, and that's 30. So, you know, it loads 2, and that's 20. 10, 20. So I need one more red science pack, and it should be good to go. And there we go. Getting her done. And then we'll be able to make assembly machines. I'm going to pre-craft a couple circuits, a couple gears. Look at that. I'm going to grab some gears out of here. Although I'm pretty sure our iron can't keep up with this kind of crafting here. Okay, so the assembly machines are done. You can see them down here. And I want 5, 10 to start. And because I pre-crafted some of those ingredients, we're just gonna kick it off right away. And let's see. These are tiny little 2x2s, but they sure do pack a punch. So let's see. We're gonna come in here, make sure we're kind of in between. We're going to do one here, one here. No, I think we have to put these side by side because it's a really compact setup. So this and this. Okay, so the other thing is the other side. But we have iron coming up and then circuits coming down. So iron comes up here, circuits go down there, and everything is happy after that. Oop. There we go. And we're going to need a bunch of... I'm going to need more copper, come to think of it. So, we're going to need copper coming in the outside. Obviously, iron comes in right here. And then circuits will drop down into this spot here. Okay, so circuit's going to come in right in here. And I'm going to need a couple undergrounds. Actually, I'm going to need more than that. I'm going to need a couple splitters. Just so many things. So, these are all going to be copper. So let's get those belts in. Oh, autosave again. It's a good indication that the episode is just about to wrap up. Alright, so these are going to be output. These are going to be input. Oh, I don't have the rest of those crafted yet. Okay, so iron is going to have to break away right here. And we are currently crafting the rest of all this. So then these output here and these input here. That's a lot of inserters. So let's get this set up. So these are inputs. These are fine. And these are inputs, but they're not fine because we need to input them out there. So let's move that away. So those two are inputs. These are outputs, but we need to output them here. So let's stretch the output side over on this other belt. And just so everybody knows, eventually we'll have a little box over here that will show it's like a 3x3 grid, and that will allow you to change whether it puts it on the near side or the far side of the belt. So right now these are going to go out and place on basically the far side of the belt, I believe. So they're going to go all the way out here, but then you can change them to put on the inside. So you can really control the way that these things work, which is nice. All right, so we want some iron, and then we need copper here, copper here. We need this underground to go out. We need this one to come up. This one to come up. This one to, all this stuff to go up. This goes down. Okay, I think we're ready to power it on. So this is where it gets tricky because of these compact systems. You need a lot of power poles at first because they don't really stretch well. Okay, so there we go. We now have green circuits being automated. So that will help quite a lot. And next thing I want to research are loaders. We want to get some loaders going. That's a really expensive research, and it requires greens, which we don't have anything right now related to greens. Look at optics. Look at how many things unlock. Whew. Yeah, let's get that one out of the way. Get some lights up in here. So far, so good. But that'll have to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.